I have some weird issues with Gloryhammer's Legends from Beyond the Galactic Terrorvortex. And it's not to do with the album being bad. No, the album is good, it's well put together. If I can put trust in someone into making an album sound good and have a great direction, it's Christopher Bose. To me, I see Gloryhammer as his pride and joy, same to Tobias Sammet with Avantasia. It allows Christopher Bose to experiment a lot more with different styles, and this album is a different style, and I respect that heavily. There's a lot that's different in this album. I see that it's a difference between the first two albums. It's got the symphonic elements of the second album, and it tries to be a lot more true to the first album so that both sides can have something. But honestly, Space 1992, Rise of the Chaos Wizards, in my opinion, one of the best symphonic power metal albums just out there. It's such an easy listen. It's got a fun concept. It's not serious at all in places, and it sticks with the theme and goes with it and makes it serious and has fun with it. And in Legends Beyond the Galactic Terrorvortex, I understand that they were going for a darker style, and I have an issue where I get to Masters of the Universe about halfway through the song, and then I don't want to listen to it. I get really bored, and I have no idea why. I mean, the songs in the album are great. I will say it right now, Glory Hammer is a great song. Hoots Force is a fun song. They both have really good music videos that were way better than Hammerfall's Dominion. They've got the production team to make these great music videos, and Christopher Bose knows how to do sound design when it comes to these albums. He knows the sound that he wants to go for. Everything in this album sounds great. It sounds fantastic. Hoots Force is, in my opinion, a de-evolution of Universe on Fire, but it's a good song. Glory Hammer is just a fun song about the main character and the music. And overall, the album is still pretty good, but I can't just force myself to do a full listen of this. And I've tried to listen to some of the songs just on their own, but about 40-50% of the time I end up usually getting about one chorus in, maybe two verses in, and then I just skip. Sometimes I just hear the intro and I just skip. But the album also ends on a high note. The Fires of Ancient Cosmic Destiny is a great song and has so many different parts to it. It's a song that I can point to and say, you see what this song is doing? This is the reason why I prefer longer songs, because it allows them to do a lot more with it. It allows them to have multiple stages to the song. And just like Space 1992, Rise of the Chaos Wizards, they end on a cliffhanger. And honestly, I am looking forward to 2021 when the next album comes out. But the album is still good. I'm not saying the album is bad. I have just this weird block in my mind that just I can't get rid of. And I don't know what it is. Of course, there were songs in this album that I just end up not really enjoying. I didn't enjoy Land of the Unicorns and Battle for Eternity, but overall, the album is solid. You can go into this knowing that Chris Bowes does you right by the music. It's still got the stupid story that's in here that is just alternate reality space Scotland, which is still great. And it is a good album. I would recommend this to people as a showcase of how good power metal can be and how good gimmick bands can be if effort is put into it. But for me, I don't know what it is. I think it's the fact that they were going for a darker theme. I was, I guess, not really into it compared to Space 1992 Rise of the Chaos Wizards, where it was more of a rip of sci fantasy and as well as Warhammer 40k. But I can't put myself to full listen to this album, and I've been going over it in my head all day today, and it's been honestly frustrating to think about because I don't know what it is. I mean, I said it might be the darker tone, but I think that it was Space 1992 Rise of the Chaos Wizards. To me, was such a good album. I remember the day I got that album. I was playing Halo 5 constantly at the time. I was playing Firefight. The first time I listened to the album, I was on the snow map for Firefight. I forget its name. I haven't played Halo 5 in about 5-6 months. But I remember listening to it, and I was just so happy to hear it. It was so fun to hear. And the moment I got to the end and that cliffhanger has happened and the album ended, put it on repeat. I'm pretty sure that day I listened to the album at least 3 times, and I rarely do that. Space 1992 Rise of the Chaos Wizards is my personal favourite power metal album of all time. With second and third, I will probably cover at a later date. But I think it's down to me setting the bar so high in my head that they couldn't beat it. So to me, the album on a scale is a lot lower than it should be because everything about this album is good. Like, this is a great album. I would recommend this to anyone. I've said it earlier in the video and I'll say it again. This album is good. Go listen to it. There is some great stuff in it. This album will not turn me away from being a fan of Gloryhammer. And it is a lot better than the first album, but I don't know what else to say about it. It's got some good stuff in there. I mean, there's probably some people that would say Battle for Eternity is a better song, or the title 2 tracks were too mainstream, or whatever. It's fine, we can discuss that all day. And I probably need to end this video. So I'm going to end it by saying, yes, this album is good. Yes, you should go listen to it. Yes, I really like some of the songs in this album, but for me personally, I set the bar so high in my head. This album was never going to top Space 1992 Rise of the Chaos Wizards. This album wasn't going to set a new bar because I set it way too high in my head. I guess I was overhyped for the album, and personally, I'm disappointed in myself as I try to keep things on a fair playing field. But I think Space 1992 was just such a good album, and I had so much joy listening to it that I unintentionally broke my own rule. Anyway, if you got it this far, thank you for watching. It means a lot that you have just sat here listening to some random guy on the internet ramble for around 8 minutes. But again, thank you for watching.